If you're about to buy your kid a guitar, or you already did, there's one mistake that sends more kids' guitars into the closet than anything else. It's not the brand, it's not the price, it's the size. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what size guitar your child actually needs, whether to go acoustic or electric, and the one thing that matters more than any of it, so you're not guessing on any of this. Here's the thing that nobody tells you when you're standing in the guitar shop or scrolling on Amazon at 9 p.m. The guitar itself isn't the part, sizing it right is. If the guitar's too big, your child physically can't get their hands around the neck properly. Pressing down on the strings hurts. Some kids get marks on their fingertips even in the first week. When something hurts every time you try it, you stop wanting to try it. That's not a motivation problem. That's just how bodies work at any age. So this isn't about being precious over specs. Get the size right and you've already removed the biggest reason kids put the guitar down before they've had a real chance to enjoy it. Here's the mistake almost every parent makes. They buy a full-size guitar before it gives them room to grow, or because that's just in stock. It feels like the safe, practical choice. It's usually the wrong one. A full-size guitar is built for an adult body, a full-size neck, a wide body, string tension meant for adult strength fingers. But put that in the hands of a 7-year-old and you're not making things easy for them to grow into. You're making the very first weeks harder than they need to be. So here's the simple version, no tape measure required. Really young beginners, think 4 to 6, often do better starting on a ukulele or a small guitar like a lug. Fewer strings, tiny neck, nothing about it fights them. For most kids around 5 to 7, a half-size guitar is the right call. For 8 to 11, you're usually looking at a 3/4 size, and a full size generally makes sense from around 12 and up. And even then, plenty of smaller frame 12 and 13-year-olds are still more comfortable on a 3/4. If you're not sure which side of the line your child falls on, size down, not up. A guitar that's slightly small is a minor inconvenience. A guitar that's too big is a reason to quit. Once you've got the size sorted, the next question is always acoustic, electric, or that classical looking one with the wide neck. Here's the honest answer. For most young beginners, a nylon string classical guitar is the easiest starting point. Not because it's the beginner one, but because nylon strings are generally softer on small fingertips than steel strings. Less pain, less discouragement, more chance they stick with it. Now, steel string acoustics can absolutely work too, especially for slightly older kids. Just know it takes a little bit more finger strength to put down comfortably at first. Electric is a completely valid option as well, and a lot of kids actually love it because it feels exciting. Just factor in that you're now also buying an amp and a cable, and there's a little more setup involved. Also, don't forget about the noise. There's no universally wrong choice here, but if your child is young and you've heard it hurts my fingers even once, start with nylon strings. You can always move to steel string or electric later once their hands and confidence have caught up. So here's what I want you to take away from this, even more than the sizing chart. Getting the right guitar removes the obstacles. It doesn't teach your child guitar. What keeps kids going isn't the instrument, it's whether the next 10 minutes makes sense to them. A lot of parents tell me they've tried an app or a free video and it just throws chords at their child one day and with no real starting point. If you're not musical, there's no way to know if that's normal or if the kid's actually lost. That's not your child's fault. It's not yours either. It's just what happens without a clear, structured path. So once you've got the right size guitar in your hands, the thing that actually determines whether they stick with it is whether someone's showing them what to do next. One small step at a time, not a wall of chords on day one. Let's make this simple. Before you buy, match the style to your child's age and body, not how much room they have to grow into. When in doubt, size down. For young or first-time beginners, lean towards nylon strings. It's easier for their fingers and easier for their motivation. And watch out for the ultra cheap bundle guitars that come with sky-high string action, meaning the strings sit far off the neck. Even a well-sized guitar can be genuinely painful to play if it's poorly set up. If a guitar feels hard to press down, no matter how small it is, that's a setup problem, not a toughen up problem. Get those 3 things right and you've already avoided mistakes that trips up most parents before the kids even have their first lesson. So that's the guitar sorted, but honestly, guitar's only step 1. If you want a hand with what comes after, the actual what do we do in week 1, I've put together a free parent starter guide that walks you through exactly how to get your child started once the guitar's in their hands. It's linked in the description, completely free, just grab it. And if this is the kind of thing that's useful, hit subscribe. I put out videos like this regularly to help make sense of the beginner stuff without the overwhelm.